I accidentally put dish soap in my dishwasher. Don't do that. It's bad. It's just not a good thing. Only put dishwasher liquid in there. Don't put dish soap. They looked the same. They were both blue, and I wasn't thinking, and I just grabbed the wrong one, not really paying attention, and then it was bad. It was suds all over the place, and it took like 10 times rinsing the thing out or running the cycle to get rid of it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why when you see a car stop in the lane next to you, even if you don't know why they're stopping, you stop. Because oftentimes there's a reason for their stopping. And God forbid, if they just happen to be stopping for no reason, then you lost a few seconds, but at least you didn't kill someone. Especially right at a crosswalk. You see it's a crosswalk. The person's probably stopping because someone's... Oh, God. At the same time, yes, obviously the people crossing the crosswalk should not make any assumptions and should probably see, oh, that truck's moving pretty fast. Maybe we should stop. Yeah. Whew. Just be careful when you're going across crosswalks. Be very careful. Obviously, not the people's fault, but still be vigilant. Better to be alive than to be dead and be like, well, hey, it was the trucks. Why would you even attempt that? Why, like, what? Why would you ever think that could end well? Like, okay, you're successful at it. You jumped over a hay bale. Like, I don't think anyone is gonna be particularly like, wow, you're a god, dude. Jesus, you're the most amazing person I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe I'm friends with you. And then on the downside, this happens. And I don't think it was worth it unless, you know, sweet internet views and karma points, which are pretty important. So maybe you did it for that. Maybe you had no plans of making it over. You're just like, just so you know, for next time, you should probably put that away because I'll do this. Are hats that expensive too? Time to switch to a new racket sponsor, huh? Maybe that's not supposed to happen. Dude, maybe that's the whole point of it, though. It's like that's the best defense, is to get people to not realize it's actually a moat, so then they fall in, and then they're like, ah, shoot, we can't continue invading if we're all covered in green algae and stuff like that. All right, let's go home, guys. Not today. We're not going to be storming this castle. And then when the army retreats, then the people who live inside of the place, they change the color. And then when the army comes back, they're like, oh, okay, it's solid this time, and they keep falling for it over and over and over. And to this day, the castle still stands. It's not, my furniture isn't complete until I throw the screws in the trash. All right, please. It's very important. It's going to fall apart. They're all going to fall apart unless those screws go in the trash, right? This venue of a bank kind of got wasted on vitamins. You could have done something really cool with this. You could have made it some, like, really, I don't know, it could have been a really cool bar or lounge. Yeah, whatever. It's dedicated to health instead of destroying your health with alcohol. Fine. Could have made it a cool, like, gaming lounge, not a bar lounge, okay? Now you're behind me on that, right? Like some sweet monitors up in there, some dim the lights a little bit, have some cool uplighting, the hue lights and things like that. But now it's vitamins, okay? It's just sells vitamins. When the solar eclipse, you make a little hole in the cardboard box rather than looking directly at it. Another thing, how do you do that? Who thought that was a good idea? It's not. Don't stop, just... Stop doing that, LA home designers. Don't. It's just weird. Because it's like the really nice houses otherwise, but then they have that. I'm like, no, don't. Your mailbox should not melt wherever you're living. No. Stop it. Don't do that. Fake. This is fake. Who would just... Can't believe someone would just go on the internet and tell lies like that. You didn't slide your finger, or your finger is just too fat and it can't slide it without hitting the edge of the phone. If that's the case, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult your fat fingers. It's not your fault you have them. I have fat fingers too, though. Look at these hands. They're small, fat, stubby little fingers, okay? They're just small rather than larger scaled. But if my hand was larger scaled up, maybe probably just actually, I'd just pull that off while he wasn't looking, and then you're like permanently shunned from family gatherings. I don't know, that's kind of a style in and of itself, because if you actually want the handlebar mustache, right, like that requires some maintenance. You gotta wax that thing, twirl it. This way it just stays there. You just have to trim the hair around it, which I guess you would need like a teeny tiny little... How do you actually get in that much detail? You have to have like a teeny tiny little trimmer shaver head thing. It's not as authentic, but it's like if you can't get the Louis Vuitton, you could get whatever... That's like whatever the knockoff is of the Louis Vuitton. Exactly. Automobile, it's just, I hope you have a garage. I really do. And that you don't live in a place where it rains, if there's any dust. Because I don't think you're allowed to do that to your lights. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that to your lights at all. Like you're gonna, you get pulled over for that, and they'll be like, yeah, you gotta take those off. It's not actually. It just seems like a poor idea, honestly. Like, you got a roadblock, you got some, ooh. Yeah, that didn't work too well. Is the box open at the bottom? That doesn't seem very smart. Like, anyone could have made that mistake. You were kind of just, don't do it. And I'm the same mindset when it comes to emails and stuff even. Like, obviously, there's some information you prefer that just stays private, but at least when you're drafting your emails, try to envision, what if the entire world saw what I was writing right now? And I try to keep that mindset as best I possibly can, which is why I don't take pictures of things like that. Oh man, there's too much room for error there. Wait, what are you doing? Dog, what are you doing? Do that. Why would you try to kick a dog? Why would you, what was the point of that? Why would you face planted. That was brilliant instant karma right there. Why would you want to do that? It's still good to go. If that happened to me at a nice restaurant, I'd be like, pick that thing right off the napkin, slap it right back on the plate. We're continuing. I don't care how nice, especially if it were nice. Why was your plate halfway off the table too? That's not good etiquette. I mean, don't throw a knife in return for a ping pong.